Hello and welcome to the Collegiate Sports Network for tonight's game between the Wichita Collegiate Spartans and the Andale Indians. Tonight I'm joined by Bryce Johnson, first game in the booth up here.
For sure.
Bryce, we've seen it be an issue with the collegiate girls team a little bit, that they come out to a good start to start off the game, and then it seems like a little bit of fatigue sets in, and the game starts to get away from them. What can they do tonight to limit that effect?
I believe it starts with defense. Defense is where it's at. I mean, whatever defense we're running.
We'll certainly see what the Spartans are able to do tonight. Certainly Andale not the deepest team as I look down the roster. They're probably going to employ about maybe 8 or 9 in the rotation, but Collegiate only employing 7 in that lineup. Certainly going to make it tough for the Spartans.
For sure.
Another problem for the Spartans is it seemed like there was, only 1 or 2 players that the offense was going through last game. What are the Spartans going to be able to do to maybe vary the offense a little bit tonight?
It's a good question. I think they got to definitely get it to their guards, Kaylee Villa-Gomez and Chloe. They got to pass the ball around and really find the open players. I think that would be the most beneficial.
Getting ready to get going here from Andale. Introductions being announced.
5'10", wow.
For the Indians, wearing number 10, a 5'4" junior, Taya Orth. For the Spartans, wearing number 10, a 5'4" senior, Kaylee Villa-Gomez. For the Indians, wearing number 12, a 5'7" sophomore, Brooke Grimes. And rounding out starting lineup for the Spartans, wearing number
Certainly size is something we always see out of Andale that usually gives the Spartans a challenge. We just heard Reagan Winter announced into the game, a 5'10" freshman for the Andale Indians. Certainly going to prove to be a challenge for the Spartans all night. Although certainly Julia Herman down low, a big offensive threat for the Spartans.
100%.
assisted by Megan Stoltz and Nate Stephen, manager Lauren Heger.
Going to be key for the Spartans tonight to get out to a good opening to this game. As we said, Spartans have been getting out to good starts as the game goes on, and then they get tired, it seems like, a little bit of depth being the issue. Coach Heath, in his second year as Spartan head coach, certainly has this team ready to play. Certainly a work in progress for the Spartans. Like I said, not a lot of depth there, but you can certainly see the hustle in this team, certainly going out and giving it their all every night.
100%. They've been building. They call this team the Great 8. We'll see if that works out tonight.
It'll be Winter jumping center for Andale. Tip is away, still fought for, and finally controlled by the Indians. Ball taken up by Winter now in the half court. Quick pass underneath and score the bucket.
Nice
Lays
pass.
quick basket for the Andale Indians, already up 2-0. Spartans have struggled at times to get the ball across half court this season. We saw a lot of turnovers last Saturday when the Spartans were pressured. That ball's deflected out of bounds, remaining Spartan ball. Downing handling point for the Spartans. Off in the corner to Conrad. Conrad tries to dribble right, contested heavily, finally gets
nice
the ball
pass.
in. Shot up and good.
That was a great pass by Conrad.
Julia Herman with the first 2 for the Spartans. And an immediate turnover to Tatum Downing in the half court. Downing now controlling the ball for the Spartans. So Spartans force a quick turnover. Now their ball on their possession, trying to go up. Ball past Conrad almost trickles out of bounds. In pass to Downing, picked off and stolen. Ball now out in front to Grimes. Grimes tries to pass around the perimeter. In the corner, wide open 3 and good. Abby Winter.
Great shot.
Ball into Herman. Downing now trying to control it. Double teamed right at half court. Jump ball called. And possession arrow favors the Spartans, so let's stick with it, but a lot of pressure put on the Spartans early in this one. Turnez inbounds it to Downing. Downing dribbles to her left. Picks up her dribble, gets it in to Herman, and score the bucket. Herman. Good cut to the bucket. Scores 2 for the Spartans. Now 5-4 in favor of the Indians. Ball taken up quickly by Grimes. Grimes drives all the way in and one. Grimes score the bucket and the foul.
Strong drive right there.
So Grimes now a chance to convert the three-point play. Free throw up, misses, and Herman down with the rebound for the Spartans. Turnes now controlling point. Trying to direct the offense, dribbles right, tries to pass, tipped, but regained. Turnes backs down Winter, gets the ball off to Herman. Downing now controlling the point near half court. Dribbles to her right. Downing tries to give it off to Herman. Good catch by Herman. Herman puts it up and scores it. Great composure by Julia Herman in the paint to score it.
She's been unstoppable so far.
Pass outside, another 3 attempt, this time short off the rim, and Herman rebounds it for the Spartans.
Whoa.
Careless pass, though, as the ball bounces off of Downing and trickles out to Andale. Andale with the ball now in the half court. Winter dribbles in down the baseline, and blocking foul called on Tatum Downing. Winter was trying to drive the baseline and was stopped, but a blocking foul called on Tatum Downing. Andale inbound from their own basket. Winter gives it off to Grimes. Now it's Lease. Lease puts up the shot mid-range, misses short. Fight for the rebound and over the back called on Lease, trying to go after her own rebound. And the Spartans will get the ball back, only down 7-6. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Upper dribble, gives it back off to Downing on the perimeter. Downing kicks it to Turnes. Turnes around to Downing, swinging it around the perimeter. Downing tries to dribble to the right baseline. Stopped there. Ball tipped and out of bounds off the Spartans.
Unfortunate.
No one could control it, and it went off of Downing. So another turnover for the Spartans. Seems like they've been handling the ball a little bit better to start this game. That time, though, a turnover.
A little bit of nerves, but they're finding their zone.
Abby Winter controlling the point. Gives it off to her sister. In the lane, passes it back out to Lease. Lease around the perimeter, kicks it back out to Orth. Orth puts it up, no good off the glass.
Rebound.
And a strong rebound by Herman. Downing once again controlling point for the Spartans. Dribbles to the left, contested by Orth. Gives it off to Herman on the perimeter. Spartans trying to find something inside. Herman dribbles in, trying to draw a foul possibly, but no call. And a block. Orth dribbling quickly down the court, puts up the shot in transition, no good. Gets her own rebound, kicks it back out to Winter for 3. Good.
Wow. Great shot.
Solid effort there by Andale on the boards, and a kick out for 3. Tie-up called there, and the possession's going to favor the Indians. So the Spartans, another turnover there. Score now 10-6 in favor of the Indians. And Dylan Heath's going to call his first timeout, sensing a little bit of tiredness now from the Spartan team. The Spartans certainly staying in this game. A couple of good shots, really good offensive possessions there from Herman. Able to get the Spartans going on offense. Couple of turnovers, though, hurting the Spartans, and a second chance three-pointer by the Indians.
For sure. Both teams are starting to settle in. We're just got to see what the Spartans will do with their short staff.
Yeah, you mentioned that short staff, Price. Spartans still without the help of Langley Overman. You know, she took an injury in the game before last. Hard hit to the floor, still not back for the Spartans. Spartans will certainly be hoping to wish to get her back soon, but until then, limited to just playing 7 players. Ball back in play now. Winter on the perimeter. Kicks it out to Orth. Indians still swinging the ball around the perimeter. Ball into Winter on the right baseline, dribbles, picks it up, shoots, no good, missed everything. Good contest by Herman. Villagomez with the rebound, and the Spartans are going to slow it down on offense now. Monahan now controlling tip for the Spartans, picks it up, gives it off to Herman at the top of the key. Herman dribbles right, kicks it to Conrad on the right wing. Back into Herman. Herman backing down defender, decides to gives it off to Herman. Shot up, no good, and rebound by Winter. Andale starting to push now. Orth on the perimeter. Winter cuts into the defense. Swung around the perimeter, left three, no good. Rebound, though, by Winter. Andale starting to dominate the glass. Quick in cut by Winter, no good off the rim, and Herman comes down with the rebound.
That was a nice try.
Risky possession there by the Spartans. Couple of opportunities for Andale, but unable to capitalize. Downing picks up her dribble, tries to get it into Herman, but picked off by Reagan Winter. Winter gives it off to Abby Winter. Three from the top of the key, no good, and rebounded by Herman. Ball fought for underneath and out of bounds off Herman, so Andale's going to keep it under the basket.
Definitely starting to see a little fatigue in each of these Spartan players.
Kaylee Villagomez subs out for her sister this time, Chloe. They're working to get the ball inbounds. Open three, taken, no good. Lice on the attempt, and ball given up on the rebound to Chloe Villagomez and given back to Tatum Downing, who will control the Spartan offense. 2 minutes now left in the quarter. Indians lead 10-6. Conrad in the right wing gives it back up. Herman, mid-range jumper, no good, just off the front of the rim. And the rebound is brought down by Steven. Steven hands it off to Lees. Give and go. Stevenson, no good on the layup, though. Rebound brought down by Downing. Spartans starting to work on the glass, getting a couple more rebounds, even though they're outsized against the Indians. In pass to Conrad, tipped. Monahan tries to put it back up, but fouled on the shot. So the Spartans will have 2 free throws. Good recovery there by Monahan and able to put the shot back up with contact. She'll be going to the line for 2. First free throw up and just a little hard off the back iron.
Almost.
Monahan's second free throw up, misses short this time. Rebound fought for, but finally controlled by Camp. Abby Winter takes the ball up the court, hands it back off to Camp. Now out to Grimes, top of the perimeter. Gives it back off to Abby Winter. Winter back to Grimes, give and go to the basket, no good. And rebound once again controlled by the Spartans. Spartans have been able to get a couple of stops now. Can they score?
It was great defense by Maddie Turns.
Downing cuts into the lane, but a push-off is going to be called on the Spartans, so another turnover. Andale now with the ball. Ball controlled by Lease. Gives it off, but ball
close.
out of control and turned over.
That was a great look, though.
Yeah, Lease tried to get an in-cut to Steven, who was cutting wide open to the basket, but the ball dribbled off of her leg. So the Spartans, once again, going to have a chance to get down the court and get this game a little bit closer. Spartans have done a good job on defense, getting a couple of stops, just trying to get something going on offense now. Downing picks up her dribble, gives it off to Conrad. Spartans had a little bit of a look in transition, decide to pull the ball back out, though. Downing dribbles against defender, decides to pick it up. Guarded by Winter, ball tipped around. Downing comes up with it, shot up, no
close.
good. Hard off the backboard. Andale now in transition, ball tipped. Regained, though, by Grimes. Grimes dribbles right. Gives it off, ball into the lane, kicked around the three, wide open three by Lease, and off the front of the rim, and that'll bring it into the quarter. The score 10 for Andale and 6 for the Spartans. Price seems like the Spartans able to hang in so far in the first quarter. What can they do to get it up back to even?
Yeah, you know what? They're getting a lot of good looks, but they're just not quite capitalizing quite yet. And that's same for Andale. They're getting, 2 times more looks, but no, they're not quite getting there. Well, hopefully they'll connect in the later.
Yeah, we saw it early in the quarter. It seemed like Andale was starting to dominate the boards, and then the Spartans turned the tide a little bit, able to get their own defensive rebounds and a couple of follow-up looks on offense. Just haven't quite been able to convert anything under the basket.
For sure.
Certainly, as we said coming into the broadcast, the big story is going to be the fatigue that the Spartans are facing. I've already counted 8 different players that Andale's using tonight, and that's more than the Spartans even have available to them at 7. So that's going to be a challenge for the Spartans as this game goes on, trying to preserve the legs. Getting ready to resume here, starting the second quarter. As we said, Spartans trail 10-6. So far, a pretty even match on the glass, although one team, Andale, controlled the first half of the quarter, and the Spartans dominated the second half. So far, the difference has been 1 second chance 3 from the Indians and an inability to score around the basket for the Spartans. Turnez takes up the ball this time. Spartans trying to cut to the basket. Pass picked off, though. Downing was trying to cut. Herman's pass picked off. Grimes dribbles up the court, hands it off to Lease. Lease dribbles in, uncontested. No good drive. Off the front of the rim. And Chloe Villagomez comes down with the rebound. Downing looking to slow things down now for the Spartans. Andale not utilizing a whole lot of press, which is what has given the Spartans problems early in the season. Spartans certainly thankful for that. Turnover committed by Conrad, back down the other way. Shot up, high off the glass, no good. 2 Indians, though, underneath, able to control the rebound. 3 in transition, stepped into it, no good. Good box out and rebound by Herman, and draws the foul going over the back. Reagan Winter called for the foul.
I've lost count of how many offensive rebounds Andale's got. It's crazy.
Yeah, another good opportunity there for Andale to score. Had Abby Winter stepping into a 3, couldn't make it, though. And a good defensive rebound by Herman plus a foul. And Spartans are going down the other way, still down 10-6. Conrad dribbling it. 2 Spartans go up for the ball. A little bit of miscommunication, turned over. Back down the court. Lease goes all the way to the rim, coast to coast, no good. Missed it hard off the glass. Herman controls the rebound and kicks it back to Downing. Downing looking to control point now for the Spartans. Gives it off to Conrad in the right wing. Back to Herman. Swung around the perimeter. Downing dribbles right, contested though, and picked off by Abby Winter.
Steal.
Winter down the court, layup,
Wow.
good. Abby Winter gets the steal and gets the layup to go with Downing on her hip.
That was just great basketball right there. Steal in the bucket.
Turnez now with the ball for the Spartans. Conrad in the corner for 3.
Bang.
Got it. Laney Conrad for 3. Big answer for the Spartans, now down 12-9.
Great shot.
Certainly a shot you feel like the Spartans needed there. Reagan Winter underneath, passes it back out to Grimes. Grimes along the left baseline, decides to take the 3. Good.
Wow.
Big answer for Andale. Spartans got a big answer to stem a little bit of that momentum, and Andale comes answering right back with a corner 3 of their own. Herman, top the key, gives it off to Conrad. Conrad thought about it in the corner. Sides against it. Ball tipped off her leg and out of bounds. Abby Winter controlling point now, hands it back off to Grimes. Grimes, top of the key, tries to get it to Winter, tipped. Still controlled by Andale. Pass out to Reagan Winter, ball trickled away just for a second, double teamed and tied up. So the Spartans will come away with this ball on the possession arrow. Good tie up there by Turnez. And no, it looks like the possession arrow is still with Andale, even though it seemed like last time the ball was given to Andale on the possession arrow, maybe after the quarter switched.
I'm with you. Oh.
Back cut, but over the outreached hands of Orth.
Again,
and a turnover for the Indians.
Again, great looks, just not quite there. They're almost there.
Spartans certainly still hanging around in this game. The score 15-9. A couple of big baskets from Andale, though, the difference in this one so far. Another turnover by the Spartans, and to add insult to injury, it's going to be Turnez called for the reach-in foul.
Those fouls always hurt 93 feet away from the basket. Can't have those.
Seems like the Spartans are struggling to get the ball inside this game a little bit. Seems like Andale is perfectly content to compact the lane and allow the Spartans to pass it around the perimeter. Ball passed across half court, though, for Andale, and it's going to be over and back called. So the Spartans get another gift from the Indians and are going to have the ball under the basket.
There's a little aggression there.
Yeah, Spartan defense certainly able to hold up their end of the bargain so far. Herman gets the ball in the right wing, passes it back to Downing at the top of the key. Downing dribbles right, picks it up, looking for someone. Still looking.
Oh, wow.
Finds Herman under the basket.
Wow.
Great catch and layup by Herman. Herman had Orth in front of her, and a football catch led her over the defender, and a great reverse layup.
It's a newspaper catch. Oh, great trap.
Abby Winter for three. Left wing, can't get it to go. Rebound fought for, and Herman comes down with an aggressive rebound by Julia Herman. Downing taking the ball up the court now for the Spartans. 4 minutes left in the half. Spartans trail by 4, 15-11. Herman with the ball left wing. Gives it off to Turnez. Out to Monahan. Monahan has trouble securing it. Able to come down with it, though. Monahan fouled. Block that time called. Molitor that time whistled. Dribble handoff to Downing. Downing picks it up from mid-range. No good. Rebound fought for, controlled by Andale. Lease takes it up the court. Pulls it back out. Andale looking to set up in the half court now. Ball swung around the perimeter. Wide open three, left corner. Grimes in and out, and rebound fought for by Monahan.
They're getting good looks at the arc.
Yeah, Price, like you said, seems like Andale's had a lot of open threes this game. Spartans trying to compact the paint, but have given up open threes at that expense. Hasn't hurt them too much in this game, but a couple of threes certainly for the Indians. Villagomez dribbles to her left, and Dylan Heath calls a timeout, trying to get some kind of possession going. Score 15-11 in favor of the Indians. 3 minutes left in the half. Price, seems like early in the going here, we're going to have a heavily contested game.
Very much so on both sides. I mean, still getting looks, not quite there yet. We're seeing good defense. We're seeing, even though the fatigued Spartans, they're out there, you know, a little sloppy-ish, but, you know, they're finding their rhythm. It's good.
Certainly seen a couple of really good in passes to Julia Herman. That's allowed her to score most of the points tonight for the Spartans. As the game goes on, though, what are the Spartans going to be able to do to try to keep getting the ball down to her or to vary the offensive attack a little bit? Certainly seems like Andale's going to try to collapse around the paint.
Yes, Tatum has been the offense quite nicely, but we just got to get other people open, you know, cuts, some screens, just struggling with movement around the top of the key.
Herman gets the ball into Downing. Downing dribbles to her left. Working around the top of the key, gives it off to Conrad on the right wing. Conrad dribbles, spin move. Can't get free of her defender, gives it off to Herman, top of the key. Herman working against her defender. Ball nearly taken away, passed out to Conrad instead. Conrad, right wing, gives it off to Turnez. Turnez tries to dribble the lane and kicks it off her foot. Out of bounds. Spartans almost had something going there. Had good action in the lane, had Turnez. Had a chance to maybe turn around and put up a quick shot. Instead, pass mishandled, and the Spartans turn it over. Spartans trapping in double team over the half-court line. Grimes gives it off to Abby Winter for three. No good, just short. And Turnez comes down with the rebound and a loose ball foul called on Lease. Another good job on the boards by the Spartans. Looks like Andale's going to employ a little bit of a press and a reach-in foul called that time on Steven. Steven got a little over-aggressive trying to stop Tatum Downing from getting the ball across the timeline. Just over 2 minutes now left in the half. Downing dribbles to her right. Gives it off to Conrad. Conrad picks up her dribble. Ball swung around the perimeter out to the left. Turnez now dribbles back to the right. Turnez picks up her dribble, heavily contested, able to get the ball back to Downing. Downing backing down defender. Herman one-on-one in the paint, puts it up. Foul called, and no good on the basket, but Herman will go to the line for two. Spartans have a chance to cut this to a one-possession game.
Herman has really been the bread and butter of the Lady Spartans basketball team so far.
Herman makes the first free throw. Spartans now only trail by 3. Herman's second free throw on the way, and good. So the Spartans cut the lead to 2. Score now just 15-13 in favor of the Indians.
Yes.
Grimes knifes into the lane, passes back out, open three. No good off the front of the rim. Winter comes down with the rebound. Passed out to Grimes. Grimes down the baseline, open layup, and is able to make it. A little bit of a breakdown on the rebound there for the Spartans. Allows the open lane for the free throw. Pass in the backcourt, nearly picked off. Instead, tipped out of bounds. Off of Orth. Seemed like a little bit of a push there, going for the free ball, but no whistle called. Ball out of bounds to the Spartans. Looks like Andale is starting to employ a little bit of that press like we said on the last possession. Didn't quite work for him last time. We'll see if they can get anything this time. Conrad struggling to get the ball across half court, gives it up to Turnez. Turnez, Spartans have to move quick, and 10 seconds called. Spartans unable to get the ball across half court.
Those 10 seconds, they could get you.
Yeah, it seems like the Spartans took a little too much time moving laterally, trying to get around a defender. Not enough time getting the ball up court. It's going to cost them a possession here. Winter kicks to the corner. Ball given back up to Orth. Back in the left corner. Orth give and go. Ball swung around the perimeter on the right side. Three taken by Grimes, just long. Ball rebounded, though, that time by Camp. Gives it back up to Abby Winter. Ball in the paint. Swung back out to Abby Winter. Three in the left corner. Gets it to go.
She has a nice shot.
Andale certainly not shy of shooting the three, and that's another one good for them. Score now 20-13. A big three for the Indians.
Wow. Andale's defense have been quite impressive.
Yeah, it seems like Andale turning it up another notch here going into halftime. Forcing another turnover on the Spartans. That time, Herman caught the ball out of bounds while being heavily contested by Reagan Winter. Ball passed out to Grimes on the perimeter. Giving back to Abby Winter now. Back to Grimes. Grimes dribbles the baseline, puts up the shot mid-range. No good. Winter comes in for the rebound and gets it to go. Reagan Winter, rebound and score.
She is quite tall, 5'10". That's crazy.
Just 14 seconds now left to go for the Spartans in the half. Going to have to get the ball across half court first, though. Herman secures the ball and turns it over in the half court. Reagan Winter comes away with it. 2 seconds left. Clear. Andale going to have to go quick. Puts up the shot and no good by Abby Winter. So the score going into the locker room is going to be 22-13 in favor of the Indians after a quick 5-0 run. Spartans had the lead cut down to just 2, but then a quick run by Andale puts them back up by 9. So we'll take about a 10-minute break and be back for the second half. Spartans trail 22-13. Welcome back to the Collegiate Sports Network, getting ready to get underway with the second half here from Andale, Kansas, as the Indians lead the Spartans 22-13. Bryce, what are going to be your keys to the second half for the Spartans to try to keep this game close and potentially go ahead?
You know, Connor, I'm not going to be surprised if Andale comes out in their full court man again. I mean, it's been working. It worked all last quarter. And, I mean, let's see if the Spartans have an answer for that. And they also got to take advantage of those opportunities over on the offensive end. But, yeah, that's got to be their two main keys to turn this game around.
Yeah, we certainly saw Andale get into that full court press a little bit more in the end of the first half. I was surprised they hadn't gone to it earlier. Seems like the Spartans this season have struggled a little bit with that full court press, and that did come true at the end of the first half. See what Andale tries to do here out of the gate. Doesn't look like they're going to pick up Downing at full court instead of letting her get the ball over the timeline, so the Spartans will control it in the half court. Downing gives it off left to Conrad. Villagomez sets a hard screen at the top of the key. Ball given back off to Downing. Kicked around to Turner's three.
Come on now.
Just short on the rim. Good rebound, though, by Kaylee Villagomez. Gives it back off to Conrad for three. No good. And Downing comes down with another rebound for the Spartans. They'll have a third chance at a basket here. Conrad on the right wing, given back to Turnez. Left corner, Downing dribbles in, takes the pull-up. No good. And rebound finally out to Andale. Andale going back down the other side of the court. Pass picked off by Conrad. Spartans turn over Andale on their first offensive possession. Conrad dribbles to her right, gives it back off to Downing. Key for the Spartans is going to be to get going early here in this second half. Conrad for three, missed everything that time. Rebounded this time by Reagan Winter. Back down the court. Abby Winter gives it back off. Andale swinging around the perimeter. Long three taken and good. This time Reagan Winter, the 5'10 center for the Andale Indians, doing as her sister did early in the first half against the Spartans. Saw a couple of threes early from Abby Winter, but that time it was Reagan scoring the three.
She's a threat inside and out.
And Reagan Winter this time picks off the pass, takes it all the way down the court, lays it up, and no good. Scorched the layup.
I thought she was going to dunk it.
Ball rebounded out. Corner three taken by Abby Winter. Missed everything that time. Rebound, though, controlled by Ord. Another three taken by Andale. This time no good. Another rebound, though, by Andale. They're going to have a third chance at this one. Reagan Winter backing down Herman and down with the rebound. Spartans now moving the other way. Conrad with the ball. Tries to give it up. Pass tipped and controlled over the other side of the court by Downing. Downing dribbles against Abby Winter. And a reach-in foul is going to be called. Winter got a little too aggressive trying to go for the steal there, and the Spartans are going to keep possession.
Starting to get a little momentum. This is good.
Certainly feel like if the Spartans can just get another basket here on this possession, cut the lead to 10, right back in this game. Downing gives it off to Herman. Herman in the low post is fouled as she went up with it. That was the only way that Andale was going to stop her from scoring. She'll go to the line for two. Reagan Winter that time whistled for the foul. Herman's free throw right through. Second free throw on the way, and good. So Spartans have the lead now cut down to 10. A little bit of momentum swinging in their way, a 5-0 run. Reagan Winter takes the ball at the top of the key, dribbles off her foot. Ball goes right out, though, to Grimes. Grimes dribbles the baseline, passes to the corner. Three, no good. And Herman comes down with another rebound for the Spartans.
Nice.
So Spartans can keep their run going here. Another stop and rebound. Herman controls the ball near half court, dribbles in now, pulls up, mid-range shot, no good, in and out. Good look for Herman. She likes that shot mid-range. Couldn't get it to go, though. Winter down the court and gets it over Herman's outstretched arms. Good transition layup there for Winter. And Andale's back out in front by 12, 30-18. Just halfway through this quarter now. Cross-court pass to Herman. Herman knifing through the defense. Another mid-range shot. This time gets it to go.
Bang.
Herman starting to take over on both sides of the ball for the Spartans, trying to will them into victory. Contact in the lane, no foul called. Rebound controlled by Ord, and a foul on the rebound, Kaylee Villagomez.
Foul number 10, Kaylee Villagomez.
Villagomez tried to stand in for a charge that time and was hit, but there was no foul called either way as the officials decided to just play on.
Now the fatigue sets in.
Spartans get a couple of substitutions in. Double team in the corner has Grimes trapped. Grimes, though, they left her. She was unattended to the rim. Missed the layup, though. Rebound, though, out to Winter. Winter bowled over Villagomez, but a block is going to be called instead. Seemed like Winter was going out of control that time into the lane, but a blocking foul called on Villagomez. Said she wasn't set.
Interesting call.
Andale trying to get the ball in, finally able to. Grimes tries to cut into the lane, instead gives it back out. Winter, no good for three. Villagomez fighting for it underneath, and possession called for the Spartans. Ball called out on Orth. Herman's quick break will come to an end as she subs back in for it. Knifed all the way through the lane, missed the layup, though. It was Orth that time. Andale gets the rebound, kicks it back out to Grimes. Grimes, corner three now. Reagan Winter, no good. And Downing comes down with the rebound. Trapped in the corner, though, trying to secure the rebound, and a jump ball is called. Downing just wrapped up the ball and held on to it. And the possession arrow is going to favor the Andale. And yes, the possession arrow will favor the Andale Indians, so tough break there for the Spartans. Downing was able to come down with the rebound, but was immediately hounded by two defenders. Andale once again trying to get it in. Monahan, good defense on the inbounds. Winter finally able to come down with it. Gives it off to her sister. Reagan Winter dribbles into the defense, double teamed, tries to get it up, good post move, and gets it to go off the back of the rim. Winter.
Great basket. She could score from anywhere.
Winter was able to work around Herman to good effect that time. Spartans now moving in transition, able to break the press. Chloe Villagomez trying to dribble. Ball nearly stolen, but regathered by Monahan that time. Downing dribbles to her left, heavily guarded. Gives the ball off to Monahan for three. Bank shot just misses, a little too hard off the glass.
Wow.
Herman rips the rebound away, though, and comes down with the basket.
Give me that.
Pure effort basket that time from Julia Herman. Rips the rebound away and comes down with two. Winter gives the ball off to Steven. Steven in the block. Gives it back off to Grimes. Grimes rejected by Julia Herman.
She said, not in this house.
Three taken on the rebound, and good. Grimes gets it to go that time.
That's a response.
Second chance opportunities hurting the Spartans right now as a three from Grimes goes.
Ooh.
Spartans have a bit of a breakout opportunity. Instead, Turnes decides to pull the ball out of action. Giving it off now to Downing, who will control the offense. Downing, mid-range jumper off the front of the rim.
Wow.
Able to save it. Great effort there by Turnes. Able to save the ball, get it back out to Downing. Spartans with a second chance here.
Ooh.
Pass into Herman. Good collection on the block. Tries to get it to go and gets it to go. Just floated the ball up there. Didn't even use the glass and got it to go. Score now 35-24. Just under a minute left in the third quarter. Grimes on the left elbow. Takes up the shot. No good. Good contest there by Monahan that time. Able to affect the layup just a little bit. Turnes now controlling point for the Spartans as they'll try to cut the lead to back to single digits. Downing contested heavily. Gives the ball off to Herman. Herman looking for someone. Finds Downing. Couldn't collect the pass, though. Now a 2-on-1 break for Andale down the court. Winter passes to her sister. Back to Reagan Winter, and she scores it in the post.
It was a great play. Great connection.
Andale reads the pass well, and the only thing stopping a wide-open layup was Herman blocking the shot. Andale, another chance. Grimes trying to get the layup to go. Can't get it, though. Collegiate telegraphed the pass that time in the full court press. Couldn't get it to go. Last second shot by Herman. Can't get it to go. And the score heading into the fourth quarter is 37 for Andale and 24 for Wichita Collegiate.
It was about nonstop for a couple minutes right there. Collegiate just feeling the fatigue setting. It's not looking great, but hopefully they turn around in this last quarter.
Yeah, Price, you feel like this one's starting to slip away from the Spartans a little bit. Certainly good fight shown, though, in this game from Wichita Collegiate. Just a couple of missed rebound opportunities, couple of missed shots around the rim that really would have had them in this game. Instead, find themselves down by 13.
They're surely resilient.
This is certainly, for my money, though, the best performance we've seen out of the Spartans so far this
100%.
year. Really good effort. Certainly still in this game if they can get a couple of things to go their way. They're going to have to move quick, though. Only 8 minutes going to be left in this one.
For sure.
So far, the story so far for Andale has been the Winter sisters. Both Abby and Reagan have scored a bulk of the Indian points tonight. For the Spartans, it's been Herman.
They're both impressive on offense, but they've been sneaky on defense as well.
As we said, Spartans in the second half so far unable to get a couple of crucial stops when they've needed them. They've had momentum going their way, have put together a couple of runs, just unable to come up with big stops when they need them, and furthermore, big shots made by Andale.
Yes.
Turnez takes the ball up for the Spartans, gives it off to Monahan, top of the key. Swung around to Conrad, left wing. Cross-court pass, three taken, no good, just off the front of the rim.
That was a great look, though.
Spartans would have loved to have that one, as Turnez just came up short. Pass in the corner, ball given up to Winters. And
Wow.
three made by Reagan Winter again. The center scoring from all three levels tonight for Andale.
Yeah. Wow.
Conrad's pass is tipped away out of bounds. Tried to find Herman. And Herman and Conrad seem to think that ball was out on the Spartans, but it remains Spartan possession. Herman dribbling, gives it off to Turnez for three, no good. Ball sails over the rim. Monahan comes down with the rebound on the other side. Pass given up to Conrad. Conrad now takes the dribble. Herman, mid-range shot, good.
Wow. She's been deadly from the mid-range.
Julia Herman with her 20th point of the game. Three taken in the corner from Andale, in and out that time. Left corner three was open and out of bounds, deflected off the Spartans, so it will remain on this end with Andale. Spartans find themselves down now 40-26. Andale able to get the ball in. Lee strives, kicks it back out. Pass to Grimes. Kicks it back to Orth. Orth dribbles against Villagomez, puts up the mid-range shot, in and out. Another rebound secured by Lease, and this time Andale on the third opportunity able to score.
They love their offensive boards.
Downing down the other side of the court for the Spartans, gives it up to Conrad. Back to Downing. Try and dribble against Grimes. Takes the ball out around half court. Dribbles to the left, tries to get the ball into Herman, tipped around. Villagomez able to come down with it. Monahan for three, no good. Shot might have been just deflected short of the rim. Abby Winter comes down with it. Pass cross court, finds Grimes. Grimes dribbling into the defense, into the lane, and scores the layup. Euro step by Grimes. This one's starting to get away from the Spartans. Score now 44-26. Spartans find themselves trailing by 18. Certainly still a lot to fight for in this game, though. Conrad gives the ball off to Herman. Great collection by Herman. Blocked, though, by Winter. Ball back out to Downing. Downing misses everything that time and rebounded out to Lease. Lease now controlling point. Gives it off to Abby Winter. Winter thought about the three. Doesn't pull it. Grimes will from the top of the key. Just off to the left. Reagan Winter comes down with another three from Andale. Grimes again, no good. Downing fights for the rebound and secures it. Good effort on the glass that time by the Spartans, able to come down with the rebound. Andale was able to get two looks, but nothing going. Ball out of bounds, and Conrad unable to control it. going Andale's way. Just under 5 minutes left in this game. As we said, Spartans find themselves down by 18 now, 44-26. Abby Winter controls point, gives it off to Lease. Ball in the right corner. Swung around into the paint. Passed back out. Abby Winter gives the ball back up to Lease. On the right side, Andale just trying to take a little bit of air out of the ball right now. Cut into the lane. Almost tipped away. Nothing going, though. Ball swung back out to the perimeter. Andale, like we said, just trying to take a little bit of air out of the ball, it seems right now. Cut into the paint. Up and under. No good layup. Fight for the rebound underneath. Brought down by Andale. Kick out three. Winter, no good. And Downing finally able to come down with the rebound for the Spartans as the possession goes back to Collegiate.
None of them are afraid to shoot. It's awesome. Wow.
Downing has the ball taken by Abby Winter. Abby Winter
steal.
one-on-one in transition. Layup gets it to go.
All the way.
Tough finish by Abby Winter, but she gets it to go. And Dylan Heath is going to use his fourth timeout of the game.
Winter has had a handful of those steal and breakaway points this game.
Yeah, Price, this game certainly felt like a close one all the way throughout the third quarter. This time, though, it's gotten a little bit away from the Spartans. Like we said, it just seems like Andale's finally a couple of turnovers and a good amount of second and third chance looks for the Indians contributing to that.
100%. I just looked up at the scoreboard and I was like, whoa, 20 points. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, Julia Herman leading the Spartans with 20 points. Great individual effort from her tonight. Monahan takes up the ball for the Spartans, dribbles across half court, stolen away by Winter, and she is all alone to the basket, lays it up, and good.
She's making it look too easy.
Abby Winter just ball hawking right now for Andale, almost able to come away with another steal. Spartans not quite able to combat it. Herman goes up with it, contact, no foul called. And down the other side of the court, Winter all alone, pursued.
Wow.
Herman won't get there in time, and it's another layup good for Winter.
That was great vision right there. Just throw it down, let your player go get it.
Winter piling on the points, now has 16 for Abby Winter. Turnez picks up her dribble, gives it off to Herman. Miscommunication, tried to get the pass to Monahan, and out of bounds. Just under 3 minutes now left in the game. Score 50-26 in favor of the Indians.
Even though the Spartans are down 24 points, they're still keeping the energy up. Love to see that.
Yeah, certainly good fight tonight for the Spartans. We're in this game for most of it, and the fourth quarter has just not quite gone their way. A little bit of that fatigue starting to set in. Certainly an improved performance, though, from the past couple of games that we've seen. Could certainly see something starting to build here for the Spartans.
Love to see it, love to see it.
Double team in the corner. Spartans have Ords trapped. And ball finally trickles out of bounds. Going off of Stanhope, so the Spartans will get the ball. As we said, Spartans keep fighting. Good defensive effort that time. Forces a turnover in the corner. So Spartans will have a chance to go back down the other court, get a little bit of momentum going their way. Price, I think that's the main thing you can do in this situation is to try to get some kind of momentum going into the next game, a little bit of rollover effect.
100%.
Ball stolen and now contested. Court, good effort from Kaylee Villagomez to get on the floor against Abby Winter, and possession arrow will favor the Indians. Andale trying to get it in. Bounce pass secured by Stanhope. Ball in the lane on the baseline, kicked back out. Back with Stanhope, now to Orth. Heavily guarded by Chloe Villagomez, has to give it up. Top of the key now to Molitor. Back to Stanhope, kicked around the key. Winter gives it back up to Molitor. Cross-court pass.
Wow.
Swung around. 3 on the way, no good. And rebound secured by Monahan.
Impressive ball movement.
Turnez takes the ball up now for the Spartans. Dribbles to her left. Trying to cut into the lane now. Jump stop. Turnez, second free throw, up and good. Believe that's Turnez's first point of the night. Good to see her getting into the scoring column. Andale down the other side of the court. Winter in the left corner. Passes up the 3, gives the ball off. 3 taken this time by Molitor, no good. Rebound, fought for, still fought for, and finally secured by Andale, number 22, Stevenson. Andale once again slowing it down, passing the ball around the perimeter. Winter dribbles to her right. Ball taken in quick, pass to the inside for Molitor, and a pushing foul is going to be called on Turnez underneath the basket.
It was a great look. I swear each of these Andale Indian players have great court vision. They're finding the open player.
Yeah, we've seen really good passing tonight, Price, by the Indians. Certainly has helped them get a lot of those open threes that we've seen that have been backbreakers tonight for the Spartans.
Inside-out passes are effective.
Ball kicked around, swung out to the left corner. Chloe Villagomez falls to the floor, no foul called. Abby Winter kicks out to the corner. Ball inside lower block now. Stanhope is fouled going up for the layup.
They're getting a little lazy now, but it's all right.
Turnez once again whistled for the foul. Just 16.4 seconds left in the game. First free throw is good. Second free throw up and good. So that'll likely be the final 2 points that Andale scores tonight, getting their total up to 52 to the Spartans 27. Collegiate will go down the court trying to get one more basket here going away. Villagomez passes out to Turnez in the corner. Conrad, 3, no good, missed short. And rebound secured by Andale. That'll likely put an end to this one, as Andale's going to dribble out the clock. And the final score will run 52-27 in favor of the Andale Indians.
Great game.
But certainly, Price, I would say that the score not necessarily indicative of what we saw for most of the night for the Spartans.
They were resilient. I mean, they kept fighting even though they were down 20 plus. It's awesome to see that from the Waste Bowl.
Yeah, we certainly saw good effort tonight from the Spartans, just not quite enough in the end. Certainly, they were dealt a death blow. Seemed like from Andale, a couple of threes by Reagan Winter certainly hurt the Spartans' chances. But overall, a good effort for the Spartans. Good improvement from the last couple of games. Certainly looking to see some good things from them as they continue on through the season.
Love to see it.
With that, we'll wrap it up and take a short break. About 20 minutes until the next game. It'll be boys basketball going against Andale. Certainly a highly anticipated matchup. It always is. We hope you'll be back to join us.
Thanks for tuning in.
Hello and welcome back to the Collegiate Sports Network for tonight's presentation of boys basketball against the Andale Indians. Whether on the football field, the baseball field, or on the basketball court, this is always a battle between these two teams, the Wichita Collegiate Spartans and the Andale Indians. A little bit different from the case in football. This is a very, very even matchup all the time between the basketball teams. The last two games over the past couple of years have come down to the last possession, a couple of shots at the buzzer at times to decide these games. These are fierce competitions. These are games that both teams desperately want to win, and we know Coach Fiegel and his team are going to be up to the task tonight.
100%. They're going to come out firing. I mean, I'm excited to see from the defensive end for the Spartans. They've been pretty darn good this year so far, and I want to see against this Andale offense how effective they'll be.
Yeah, Price, big story so far for the Spartans has been the two injuries to Sebastian Hines-Turner and Jaden Parker. So far, A.J. Batista's been able to pick up that scoring in a big, big way for the Spartans.
100%. He's just been a slasher all around. He could also shoot. He can shoot the lights out, just like a whole bunch of other them on the team. It's been awesome to watch.
And as we look at it on the other side, Andale, of course, always a team with a bunch of size. Certainly going to be something the Spartans have to combat inside. Certainly going to be interesting to see what guys like David Chege can do underneath.
100%.
Certainly going to want to see him get a little bit more aggressive down low tonight, really get after the boards. We know Andale, maybe not the best shooting team. They really don't shoot the three that well, but they crash the boards a bunch.
They are aggressive, and I mean, year in, year out, they always got the most aggressive guys, and we'll see if we can match that.
It'll certainly be a fight for survival tonight between the Spartans and the Indians. Certainly always a tough competition. As we get ready to get going, we will pause for the national anthem. Getting ready to announce starting lineups now from Andale. James Shackelford will take the court for the Spartans. Has certainly been a steady influence for them all year.
Jay Shack.
Counter to him will be Bowman for the Indians, 6'2" junior. Brett Wetta, star on defense for the Spartans, has hounded every player that he's defended this year. Will take up the three for the Spartans. Kaiser for Andale, 6'3", junior. David Chege for the Spartans. Certainly going to want to see him impose his will tonight down. Michael Broughton for Andale, a 6'3" senior. A.J. Batista's announced into the starting lineup. He's been the main offensive catalyst for the Spartans, scoring over 20 points a game. And finally for the Spartans, Asa Ahmad, a solid presence on offense, really a general on the court. And finally, Spexarth for Andale, certainly a prevalent name in Andale, the Spexarths. A lot of Spexarths coming through the ranks for Andale over the years and have certainly led the Indians to a lot of success over the years.
For sure. In multiple different sports.
As we talked about earlier, this rivalry is big for both teams. Both these teams always want to beat each other, always a fight between these two. Certainly a marquee game on the schedule for both teams every single year. Whatever sport it may be, and these two teams are teams that really always want to beat each other.
They're relentless. Over the years, they have been relentless against each other. Relentless competitors on the field, on the court, and we're excited to see another one tonight.
Yeah, and Price, it certainly seems like they usually always bring out the best in each other, too. That's why we love covering these types of games. That's why we love watching these types of games, is because we get to see two quality coach teams with quality players give it their absolute all. And that's really what it's all about. That's what makes this type of thing fun.
I mean, both these teams, they're scrappy. They've been taught to be scrappy. They're not afraid to get on the floor.
Chege jumping center high tip and gets it to Asa Ahmad. The Spartans will control the first possession of this game. Ahmad down the right side gives it off to Shackelford. Kicked around to Batiste in the left wing. Batiste out to Weta. Weta, top of the key, dribbling, gets it to Shackelford. Kicked around to Ahmad on the perimeter. Ahmad sizing up his defender, looking for someone to pass to. Instead decides to dribble the baseline, tripped up a little bit, falls out of bounds, and the ball will be going Andale's way. So not exactly what the Spartans had in mind for their first offensive possession. And now they'll put in that sick and press that Coach Fiegel loves to use so much and gives defenses such trouble as A.J. Batiste comes over with the immediate steal. Weta down court in transition with the layup. And the Spartans get the first 2 points of this game.
That's impressive.
Great court vision by Batiste to find Weta. Harp takes the ball for the Indians. Passes it back out to Kaiser. Kaiser out to Spexarth. In the corner, three taken and good. Bowman drains the three for the Indians.
They're ready to play.
Both teams so far coming out with their heads on fire, it seems like, as Shackelford takes the ball at the top of the key, swings it around to Weta on the left. Shackelford looks for a reverse. Weta instead keeps the ball, dribbling around the perimeter. Out near half court, swings to Shackelford in the left corner. Into Chege on the low post. Chege trying to get around his defender, Brawlman. Puts it up and good. Chege, a little bit of a bump, got it to go.
You love to see the big man work.
It's going to be a key to the game for the Spartans. It's how David Chege can employ his size. Spexarth dribbling the baseline against Weta, goes up for it, and it looks like Chege is going to be called for the foul. It was Chege and Weta trying to contest him, and Chege is going to get whistled for the foul. Just got a little over-aggressive there. He's going to send Spexarth to the line for two. First free throw is good from Spexarth. And Price, as we said, looks like we're going to get a really physical game right off the bat here. Both teams trying to impose their will on one another.
100%.
Second free throw is good, and Andale goes back ahead 5-4 early in the going. Up-tempo game so far as Ahmad kicks it in the right corner, this time to Batiste. Batiste tries to dribble the baseline, going around. Can't get it as Bowman comes up with the block. He'll now control the ball down the other side of the court. Bowman picks up his dribble, contested by Shackelford. Gives it back off to Harp. Harp picks up his dribble, thought about taking the mid-range shot instead. Pulls it back down, gives it off to Spexarth on the left side. Spexarth cutting into the lane, puts it up, off the glass, no good. Weta secures the rebound for the Spartans. Ahmad, bit of an awkward possession, comes down with it. Chege now on the low block, trying to impose his will once again. Puts it up and good. Strong basket by David Chege, completely backing down Bo Kaiser, able to get another two to go. Bowman hands it off to Harp. Back to Bowman on the left wing. Bowman dribbling against Ahmad, can't get anything to go, picks up his dribble. Hands it off instead to Broughton. Gives it back to Kaiser. Kaiser to Spexarth, dribbling in. A lot of contact in the lane, and a good block by David Chege. Weta now with the ball down the other side of the court for the Spartans. Weta pulls it out, trying to slow it down just a little bit as Shackelford controls the point. Chege backing down his defender once again, and he took a step. David Chege just a little too much of a hop that time for the Spartans as they turn it over, and immediately we're going to get a half line change for both teams. It's for the Spartans. It will be Grace, Raspberry, and Drumright all checking into the game. Certainly an aspect we see of a lot of Fiegel teams is those quick line changes.
100%.
Have to do that when you play as hard as these two teams do.
You can see it's effective. They're already firing, running up and down. Wow.
Ferry now takes the ball, hands it back off to Ballman. Back to Ferry.
Wow.
Handoff pass. Can't get it to go for Ferry, though. Ball tipped around.
Great pass.
Drumright comes down with it. 2-on-2 opportunity for the Spartans. Great court vision down court. And Robbie
Nice,
Raspberry
Robbie.
lays it in. Great job by Carter Drumright to find Raspberry down court.
Robbie, otherwise known as Bingleberry. Great basket.
Poduk takes the ball, hands it off down the court. Three taken wide open, no good off the back iron. Rebound contested for, and Weta comes down with it.
Nice. They are aggressive out there. Wow.
Jack Grace now controls point as Shackelford gets signaled to the table. Spartans swinging around the perimeter. Weta in possession with it now. Being backed down by Poduk. Drumright puts it up just short. Drumright couldn't quite get enough on it to get it over the rim. Ball now controlled by Ferry. Ferry gets it out to Poduk. Going against Grace. Inside pass to Butts on the low block. Can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back up. And cliffhanger. No good. Weta falls hard to the floor. Third opportunity for Andale. Three on the way and good. Andale finally capitalizes on their chances. Broughton gets the three to go. And the crowd loves the effort by the Indians that time. Game tied up now at 8.
Looks like Andale just wants it more so far.
Spexarth and Shackelford waiting to check into the game. Grace takes it into the key. A lot of contact inside. No foul called, but tipped out of bounds off of Ferry.
See a little frustration on some of the players coming out onto the bench. A little frustrated with that last possession, but let's see if they can turn around.
Yeah, Spartans unable to come away with a couple of rebounds that time. Grace inbounds three, no good. Chege tries to come down with rebounds, still fought for. Ball on the floor and a massive bodies fall on the ball, and a jump ball will be called. Possession arrow favoring the Indians.
Let's see him pick up in this full court man.
Ball passed into Spexarth, able to break the press. Ball tipped out of bounds off the Spartans. Good contest there by Ahmad, nearly able to. And the charge is called.
There
James Shackelford stands in for a charge and forces the turnover on the Indians. Certainly something we see James Shackelford love to do in these games, which is just get gritty and take the charge.
Jay Shack, the charge machine. Love to see it. Charges are great momentum changers, and we'll see if it works right here.
Ahmad taking the ball up the court for the Spartans, maybe going to slow things down just a little bit. It's been an absolutely frantic start to this game. 8-8 the score, just under 3 minutes left in the quarter. Chege passes it back to Shackelford on the right corner. Back to Raspberry at the left wing. Raspberry dribbling in, hands it back off to Shackelford. Shackelford dribbles into the lane, open shot from the free throw line, gets it to go.
Composure. Oh.
Really good, nice mid-range, just stop and shoot from James Shackelford, and the Spartans are now up 10-8. Spartans get a turnover in the half court. Great full court press and a picked off pass by Raspberry. Cross court pass to Grace, dribbles the baseline, little careless with the ball and turns it over. Spexarth now down the other side of the court, slowly stepping into the lane. Shackelford draws another charge for the Spartans.
I'm telling you.
Spexarth went uncontrolled into the lane, and Shackelford stood in for another charge.
There's one thing he could do, it's get charges. Love to see it.
Drumright and Batiste will check back into the game for the Spartans in place of Raspberry and Grace. Poduk now in possession of the ball. Heavily contested at the half-court line, nearly turns it out of bounds. Ball off David Chege instead. Andale starting to get pressured heavily by the Spartans. Bowman will look to inbound it now, just under 2 minutes left in the quarter. 10-8, the Spartan advantage. Ball into Grimes now. Crowd for the Spartans. Heavily pressured by Weta, and a timeout is going to be. Buchanan calls a timeout for the Indians, his first of the game. Heavy pressure by Brett Weta causing it.
If there's one word to sum up the game so far, is defense. And that's what Coach Fiegel said, defense decides championships, and they're definitely trying to embody that right now. Their defense has been really, really great.
Yeah, Price, seems like both of these teams right now playing very similar styles of ball, trying to move quick, trying to impose their will inside, maybe draw some foul calls, draw some contact. Whistle, though, to the refs' credit, hasn't been blown a lot this game, letting the two teams play.
I love it. Let them play.
Certainly a fun game so far in this one. 10-8, the Spartan advantage. 1 minute 30 left in the first quarter as we get ready to resume play. Andale was forced to call a timeout with Brett Weta pressuring the ball handler that time, who was Carson Butts. Spartans once again in the full court press. Ball into Grimes. And now controlled by Ballman. Ballman kicks it in the corner. Dribble picked up. Three on the way. Ferry, no
Not
good.
quite.
And rebound.
Wow.
Fought for underneath. A.J. Batiste nearly came down with it. Possession arrow will favor the Spartans, so they'll get the ball. Looked like A.J. Batiste was able to come down with that one in two defenders. Not quite able to, though. Ball was tied up. Spartan ball on the possession arrow, though.
That ball could have easily not been a jump ball, but they won it. They both just won it.
Maude hands off to Weta. Weta tried to slice into the lane, decided better of it. Handed off to Shackelford. Dribbles back out to the perimeter. Shackelford now dribbles in, gets the pass out to Ahmad on the left perimeter.
Wow.
Great no-look pass to Drumright for three. Gets it to go. Carter Drumright
Bang.
nails the three. Andale moving quickly down the court. Spartan struggling to get back.
Oh.
Ballman, blocking foul called, and count the basket.
Good call, good call.
Yeah, it looked like Weta might not have quite been set that time for the Spartans. Tried to draw the charge, and a good effort at that. Not quite able to get set in time. And the basket goes with the foul. Andale will go to the line, trying to convert the and one. It's Ballman. And he gets the free throw to go, so Andale converts with a quick three-point play answer to Carter Drumright's wide open three. Batiste dribbles in, immediately stopped and stripped away. 3-on-2 opportunity for Andale, and broken up by Brett Weta, nearly saved by Carter Drumright. Instead, the ball goes out of bounds. Great effort played by Brett Weta to get back there. That easily could have been a free 2 points for Andale.
That was great defense. 2-on-3, they played it perfectly. They cut off that first pass to make sure it didn't get anywhere.
Ballman will look to inbound for the Indians. Gets it out, looked like a three opportunity, decided not to take it. That was Harp that time. Ballman dribbles the baseline, tries to put it up, Batiste blocks it. Weta has to be careful now, has a bunch of Indians around him, decides to pull the book out wisely. Gives it off to Batiste in the right corner, and now back to Ahmad. Controlling the point. Batiste tries to give it off to Shackelford on the baseline, instead turns it over to Spexarth. It was attempted by Batiste, this time deflected out of bounds though. Andale maintains their possession. Fiegel coaches up Batiste in the meanwhile, not all too pleased with that errant pass to Shackelford.
Number 15, Carter Drumright, he's sneaky. He's gotten a whole bunch of deflections so far in this game.
Grimes dribbling against Weta on the left side, puts up a wild circus shot and gets it to go. Oh my goodness. At the last second, Grimes ties this game up at the end of the quarter, and there is no better way to describe that than an absolute circus shot, Price. I have no clue how that went in.
Hey, if it goes in, you know, you just take it. Take it and run. All tied up now.
Not much more you can do than tip your cat and call it a good shot, as this game is now tied 13-13 at the end of the quarter. And we just have to try to catch our breaths at this point. This has been an absolutely frantic start to the game.
These guys are just running back and forth. They're track stars. They're not even basketball players. It's crazy. It's awesome. And they're playing physical, and I'm expecting to see this physicality in the rest of the game.
Yeah, big thing that I've seen so far for Andale is I believe, 9 different players in this game for the Indians.
Yeah.
Certainly utilizing that whole bench, and you can't tell a big difference when any of them sub out or sub in. They play really well as a unit, very similar to the Spartans, but even with maybe... So far for the Spartans, it's been a pretty equal scoring attack. Shackelford, Ahmad, and Drumright have all gotten in the column, along with David Chege. We've seen him get down low a couple of times on offense. Done a really good job. Ball inbounded to Harp. Weta tries to pick off the pass, can't quite take it away from Bowman. Ball out to Kaiser. Kaiser dribbles the baseline, tries to go up a reverse layup, can't quite get it over the rim. Almost got that one to go. Instead, rebound taken down by Bowman. Bowman down the other way, dribbling against Weta, gets deep into the lane. Instead, passes it back out. 3 taken by Harp and gets it to go.
He made that with 6'5" David Chege running at him. Wow. It's hard to do.
Big 3 for Andale, has them up now. Pass inside. Chege couldn't quite handle it. Pass was tipped away. Spartans will keep the ball under the basket.
Both teams, they can both shoot, they can both slash, especially play defense.
Corner 3 on the inbounds play. Jack Grace, no good. Weta tried to go for the rebound. Bowman out jumps him to it, though. Harp now in possession, gives it back off. Back to Harp at the top of the key, looking for an in pass, can't find it. Instead swings it around the perimeter to Spexarth. Spexarth on the left side, cross-court pass. Back to Harp on the right side. Gives it off. 3 in the corner, and good. Austin Bowman.
They are getting in the rhythm.
Andale starting to feel it, and the crowd starting to get into it. 2 threes in a row to open the quarter. 19-13 now the score. Ball on the floor. Weta tries to come down with it. Fought for on the floor. Spexarth and Weta tied up. Weta able to clear it to Raspberry. Now to Grace. Grace underneath the basket. Contact. And a charge is going to be called on Jack Grace. Oh my, a charge called on Jack Grace. Defender certainly wasn't set, but the officials seemed to think that Jack Grace went in a little reckless.
Man, the crowd's loving this.
So the Spartans turn it over. Score now 19-13 in favor of Andale. Spexarth dribbles it behind his back, trying to get the ball across the timeline. Finally finds Bowman. Bowman down the right side, into the lane, knifes his way in, and a foul is called on David Chege. Momentum slowly starting to turn against the Spartans. A couple of threes and a turnover. Starting to get the Spartans in a bit of an uncomfortable situation here early in the second quarter.
The Spartans defensively are getting a little sloppy. Hopefully this substitution with James Shackelford will spark some things up.
Bowman gets his first free throw to go. Second free throw up and good. So Andale on a 7-0 run right now. Sorry, an 8-0 run now. 21-13 the score. Shackelford checks into the game, takes the ball at the top of the key, gives it back off to Grace. Grace trying to knife his way through the lane, puts up a wild off-fading shot. No good. Rebound deflected off of Carson Butts, and Collegiate will maintain possession under the basket. Ahmad checks back into the game in the place of Jack Grace. Looks like Spexarth will also only have a short stay on the bench coming in for Bowman. Ahmad tries to get an in pass to Weta, wildly thrown. Weta could never secure it. Tried to throw it up before he went out of bounds and threw it over Ahmad's head. So another turnover for the Spartans here, and Andale their 8-0 run. Spexarth looking for someone to get the ball into. Time starting to run out. Just got it in time. Raspberry tip drill, finds Butts instead. Pass off and got it to Broughton as Broughton lays it up and good.
They're playing football for a second.
That turned into a 2-on-0 break for Andale, able to get an easy layup after the tip from Raspberry. 10-0 run now from Andale. Collegiate trying to get anything going to stem this run. Raspberry, top of the key, gets it into Shackelford in the low post. Pass out to Weta, corner 3, no good. And Spexarth comes down with the rebound. Collegiate starting to find themselves in a little bit of trouble here. They've got to do something to stop this run. Ball taken by Harp at the free throw line. Gets it off, and a charge is going to be called as Butts bowled into Brett Wetta.
3 charges so far. Wow. You know, both teams are getting good looks, but Andale's the one who's really capitalizing off of those looks.
Yeah, Price, that's a good call. It seems like Andale's really taking advantage of all their opportunities right now. It's not that the Spartans haven't had as many opportunities, it's just that they're not converting right now.
Exactly.
Ahmad takes the ball up for the Spartans, slowing it down, trying to calm him just a little bit. Dribbles into the lane, turns, shoots, no good. And another rebound out to Andale. Rebound deflected. Wetta tried to stay after it, but it was deflected. Pass down court. Looked like 2 receivers going for the ball. Brett Wetta tried to break it up, and a loose ball foul is going to be called on him. Brett Wetta not entirely sure what to do on that one. He's going after the ball. Like we said, both players just went up for it like a DB trying to stop a wide receiver.
What is a wide receiver? What can he say?
30-second timeout.
And timeout going to be called by Coach Fiegel, trying to get the Spartans right here as Andale, as we said, still on a 10-0 run now, leading 23-13.
A lot of momentum going in.
Let's get a little bit of a game reset here. Austin Ballman for Andale has been the leading scorer so far with 11 points in this one.
Wow.
Another thing, Price, that the Spartans are going to have to be weary of is foul trouble. Seems like they're starting to get into that point where you've got to worry about a couple of players. I know Chege has 2 fouls on him. Wetta, I'm pretty sure, only has 1, but he's been aggressive down there. You've got to watch out.
Yeah. The refs have been letting him play, but, I mean, they've been getting the sloppier, and the refs notice that, and they start calling more fouls.
Ferry pass in deep, 3 taken, no good by Ballman. He was feeling it. Took a heat check and couldn't get it to go. 3-on-2 opportunity for the Spartans. Raspberry knifes into the lane, gives it off to Batiste. Fouled, couldn't get the basket to go. He'll go to the line. See who they've called a foul on. There are 3 defenders contesting him. Looks like it's going to be on Carson Butts. So Batiste will go to the line, trying to get some points for the Spartans for the first time in this quarter. Batiste's first free throw rims in and out, just bounced off the rim. So tough bounce for Batiste. Can't get the first free throw to go, and the Spartans still find themselves with goose egg in the column for the second quarter. Second free throw gets it to go.
Thank you.
And the Spartans finally get on the board for the quarter. The score now 23-13, 4:44 left in the half. Andale once again spacing the court as a means to try to break the Spartan press. Andale's tried to go cross court a couple of times to break the press. They're able to do it this time by a couple of methodical passes, but not in the half court as the ball is passed out of bounds. An errant pass by Ballman, and the Spartans are going to get the ball back.
You know, Connor, I think they're starting to figure out the press. They're really attacking the middle, especially passes towards the middle. That's one way to definitely beat the Spartans' press.
Yeah, Price, like you said, certainly seems like the Spartans haven't been able to stop Andale as much in that press. Andale's been moving quickly laterally down the court.
100%.
Batiste drives into the lane, and a charge is going to be called on Batiste. Ballman was set and stood in for the charge.
AJ almost jumped over the guy.
Foul on number 23, AJ Batiste. For the Spartans, his first, team's 4th.
Collegiate pressing up once again, picking up Andale full court. Ball nearly turned over, but a good pass that time by Kaiser. Gets the ball back in to Ballman. Ballman picks up his dribble, gives it back off to Ferry. Ferry sizing up his defender, instead passes it to Poduk. Gives it back off to Kaiser. Kaiser puts it up in the lane, no good. Bit of a wild shot. Batiste back with the ball. Spartans have a chance to capitalize. Batiste dribbling against the defense. A lot of contact, and a foul is going to be called.
AJ Batiste to the line to shoot 2. Foul by number 14 for Andale Lane Ferry.
Something I've seen these last 2 possessions, probably seems like AJ Batiste trying to cut into the lane all himself. That time he got got the advantage by getting the foul call, but the time before it resulted in a turnover. Certainly have to be careful where rims out. Second free throw now on the way. And misses off the back iron, so Collegiate can't get anything to go. Drumright steals it off the possession. Simon misses the layup, but Batiste slams it home on the putback. A.J. Batiste atones for his missed free throws and slams it home. Exclamation point, and picks off the pass in the half court. Tomahawk slam by A.J. Batiste. 2 in a row dunks. And a timeout is called by Jeff Buchanan. A.J. Batiste.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
A.J. Batiste takes flight for the Spartans as they now only trail by 5, 23-18.
He makes it look too easy.
Price, just the sheer athleticism.
Oh my goodness. Have you seen him hit a windmill? It's just crazy. He could do anything.
I haven't yet, but that tomahawk dunk was nice.
That was nice. You know, just looking at the roster, I mean, like half of those guys could dunk, more than half.
Yeah.
David could get up. You already know AJ. He's no stranger to dunks. I love it.
Yeah, Price, certainly no lack of athleticism on this team.
On both teams. Oh my goodness. And each guy they sub in, they know how to run, they know how to be physical.
Yeah, and it seems like Andale just rotates really well too.
100%.
They just move around the court well. Really good court vision from all the ball handlers as well. Like we said, it's just going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight all night between these two teams. Momentum shifting both ways. First for Andale with a 10-0 run to start the second quarter. Now the Spartans have answered with a 5-0 run and looking to add on to it.
Connor, what surprised me most is every time I look down at the substitution table, there's a new Andale guy. Just they're subbing in and out.
Yeah, Price, it's certainly a deep bench, and they're utilizing it to its fullest potential.
100%.
Collegiate pressing once again. Andale struggling to get it in. Finally finds Spexarth. Spexarth against Shackelford. Has him on his hips. Shackelford reached in and tipped it out of bounds. Spartans might have been lucky to get away with one there that time. Shackelford got really aggressive.
Ooh, it's getting a little chippy.
Andale struggling to get it back in again. Nearly a 5-second call. Not quite, though. Ball finds Harp just in time. Harp picks up his dribble, gives it off to Spexarth on the right side. Handed back off to Ballman. Back out to Ferry. Ferry dribbles in a circus shot. Can't get it to go. Batiste down the court in front of the defenders and dunks it again. A.J. Batiste, 3 dunks in a row.
Standing here, you could hear the crowd's kind of quiet after those dunks.
A.J. Batiste silencing the crowd with a couple of dunks. Andale back down the other side of the court. Ballman in a little bit of trouble. Gets it back out to Spexarth. Nice through the lane. Pass out for 3. Rims out. A.J. Batiste soars down with the rebound. Cross-court pass to Shackelford and just got a little too aggressive with that pass as it sails over Shackelford's head and out of bounds.
James is fast, but not that fast.
As we'll get a chance to catch our breaths.
Yeah.
Drumright checks in for the Spartans and along with Raspberry.
And I'm getting winded watching these guys. These guys are just relentless.
Harp hands it off to Ballman on the left side. Ballman now gives it back off to Harp. Harp top of the key, defended by Grace. Ballman dribbles in, 2 defenders meet him. Hands it back out. Andale not able to get anything inside the paint, having to swing the ball around the perimeter, looking for something to do. Finally finds Spexarth on the low block. Simon defending him. Raspberry with the help. Ball kicked back out to the right side. Knifed in by Ballman. Stripped away, though. And Collegiate comes away with the ball. 4-on-4 opportunity down the court. Drumright thought about the 3 instead. Knifes into the lane. Layup gets it to go.
Oh, my goodness.
What a move by Carter. Drumright just slipped the defender and made his way all the way to the rack for 2.
That's awesome to see.
Andale back down the other way. Harp on the right side. Ball given off to Grimes. Now back out to Spexarth. On the right elbow, defended by Simon once again. Ballman dribbles into the key, and Grace reached over him. That is going to be a foul. Grace looking a little bit frustrated with himself, maybe just a little bit of fatigue starting to set in. Ballman got around him, and Grace just absent-mindedly reached into the cookie jar.
It happens, though. It's unfortunate. It's all good.
Andale will go to the line now in the bonus. All of that being said, though, the Spartans have responded to Andale's 10-0 run to open the period with a 9-0 run of themselves.
Big time.
To get this game to now 24-22 after that first made free throw there by Ballman. Second free throw on the way, rims out. Batiste comes down with the rebound. Spartans now trying to move quickly the other way. Batiste surveys the defense, gives it back to Shackelford at the top of the key, and Spartans will reset the offense. Shackelford back to Raspberry, top of the key. Raspberry crosses up a defender, pushes off a little bit, up for the shot, no good, front iron. Drumright alone with the rebound, puts up the shot, no good. Shackelford, hard hit on the rebound, nothing called, just an out of bounds off of Andale. Looked like Shackelford was hit hard there on the rebound. No call, though. Spartans will retain possession under the basket. Shackelford looking to get it in. Just gets it in time to Drumright. Ball tipped around a little bit. Harani comes up with it. Batiste, open three in the right corner. No good, just a little long. Shackelford fights for it. Can't come down with it. Ballman secures the rebound. Pure effort by both teams right now. Ballman able to barely secure it. Ferry now controlling point against Drumright. Just 40 seconds left in the court half. Ballman takes it, hands it off to Spexar. Three, no good, just short. Ball rebounded, though. Andale's going to have a second chance at this one. Ferry kicks it out to Spexar. Raspberry tries to come after the ball, and a loose ball foul is going to be called on Spexar. Raspberry had that ball intercepted.
It's big. Man, this is just a close one. They're matching each other's energy offensively and defensively.
Batiste runs up to Fiegel. Fiegel now starting to try to direct the offense, trying to get some kind of play in place here for the Spartans at the end of the half. Andale crowd starting to look a little bit anxious as the Spartans have started to roar back into this game. Batiste starting to take air out of the ball. Just 20 seconds left. Spartans going to hold for the last shot in this half, trying to either go up or tie it going into the locker room.
Do you think they get it, Garner?
We'll see. Batiste sizing up Ferry. Batiste drives into the lane by himself, puts up the layup. No good. Batiste tried to do it himself. Couldn't get anything to go. 2 seconds left. Desperation shot at the half by Andale. No good. And the score will remain 24-22 as both teams head into the locker room in what has been a thoroughly enjoying game thus far, and will likely go down to the last couple of possessions, as it seems to always do between these two teams.
Connor. I won't be surprised at all.
We'll take a 10-minute break and be back with you on Hello and welcome back to the Collegiate Sports Network for what we hope will be an exciting second half, much like the first. Price, what is Collegiate going to have to do to really kind of start to get the momentum on their
Guys, I mean, they're being physical already, but more physical team will win tonight. And also silly shots. I mean, there's a whole bunch of silly shots in the kind of once we would attack. And, I mean, we just got to get rid of those and get the ball moving more because, I mean, there's no shot clock, so you got to do what you can with the time.
Yeah, and that's a good point, I think. I think ball movement is key for the Spartans. I think too much in the first half, it broke down into one-on-one basketball.
Yeah.
And now in the second half, the Spartans are really going to have to look to get some better looks, some inside out, some outside in, get the ball in the block a little bit.
Yes.
Just generally more ball movement. That's something that Andale did really well, I felt like. They moved around the court well, something that was able to get them good looks. And finally, I think the battle on the boards is going to be big.
Yeah.
Ahmad in the right corner gives it back off to Shackelford, top of the key. Now back to Weta. Weta dribbles to the right, gives it off to Ahmad in the corner. Ahmad back to Batiste. Now into Chege on the block. Chege high post, gets it down low. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up while falling back. And Chege evens this game up at 24.
He's here.
Great strength and putback from David Chege. Has this game tied up, pass tipped in the backcourt. Andale still struggling to get the ball across half court, and 10 seconds is finally called.
Those 10-second violations are some of the best things to have when you're on defense.
Collegiate gets the 10-second violation. Now we'll have a chance to go up in this game. 24-all. Weta drives the baseline, kicks it to Batiste. Open three in the corner. Misses everything. Shackelford on the other end, though. Rebounds it, puts it back in.
We're going to call that a pass, ladies and gentlemen.
Spartans now lead 26-24. Shackelford steals it. Backcourt. Batiste couldn't quite put it back in. And Andale's finally going to have a chance to get the ball across half court. Spexarth hands it off to Harp. Harp down the left side. Gives it back up. Ball in the corner now. Spexarth cross court pass to Harp. Harp dribbles the baseline now on the right side. Ahmad gets in the passing lane and picks off the pass that was intended for Kaiser. Ahmad down the other way with the ball. Motions Chege to get back and dumps it off to Chege in the low post. I believe that's Chege's third, and it is. That's big for the Spartans, as Chege's going to have to sit out for a little bit. Raspberry checks in for him, so the Spartans immediately go a lot smaller.
Sure. We're going to miss the height, but we got so much depth on bench. It's unbelievable.
Andale struggling to get the ball in against the press. Barely able to get the ball in.
Wow.
But Raspberry breaks it up, and the ball is off of Poduk.
Robbie knew it. He was pointing for their ball.
Ballman tried to step in to take the inbounds pass, but it's Collegiate's ball under the basket. Putback. Ace Ahmad had a wide open look at the basket. Maybe was surprised he was that open.
There it is.
AJ gets the tip, gets it back to Ahmad. Ahmad in transition, dribbles into the lane. No-look pass to Batiste, puts it up, and good.
He's so smooth. He is so smooth.
Great no-look pass by Ace Ahmad to feed AJ Batiste. Pass nearly picked off. Now a 2-on-1 opportunity for Andale down the court. Butts rambles into transition. Took 3 steps, though, and a travel is going to be called. So Andale, all of a sudden, looking out of sorts against the Spartan defense. Spartans now have the lead up to 4, 28-24.
You know, I think both teams, they need to just take a deep breath. Deep breath.
Price, I'm not sure either of these teams have been taking a deep breath all game long. This has been back and forth.
You're right.
Jack Grace hands it off in the corner to A.J. Batiste. Back to Shackelford. Swings it around to Raspberry. Out to Grace in the left corner. Back to Shackelford, top of the key. Swings it back to Grace on the left. Dribble handoff. Batiste knifes his way through the lane. Tries to put it up. Stopped by Butts, but there was a foul. Butts brought his arm down. And Batiste is going to the line for 2.
You know, I love to see what the Spartans are doing. We got the Andale Indians. They're in this kind of zone set, and the Spartans, they're doing exactly what they need to do against the zone, which is ping, ping, ping. They need to ping the ball around the perimeter in order to find the open slots. That's what they're doing.
Batiste misses the first free throw. He struggled a little bit from the line today. Batiste's second free throw on the way and gets it to go. Spartan lead now up to 5.
Got some momentum.
Specs are struggling to get it in, barely finds Bowman.
Oh!
Grace flew in trying to break it up and tipped it out of bounds, so Andale will keep the ball a little bit closer to that half-court line, which has seemed to be a struggle for them to get the ball across. Bowman passes it to Grimes. Grimes dribbling against Raspberry, dribble handoff to Spexarth. Swung around the perimeter, out to the right corner, out to Bowman. Weta tries to get in there, but a reach-in foul is going to be called as he tried to break it up. Kaiser was intended to receive that pass. Weta reached in, bit of a late whistle, but a reach-in called nonetheless. Simon checks into the game for Weta. Just been announced that was his 3rd foul, so 2 Spartans and a little bit of hits on the board for the half.
Well, the student section likes that one.
Raspberry steps back, decides to hand it off to Shackelford. No look pass to Raspberry.
Dang.
Drains the 3 in the right corner. Robbie Raspberry, his first 3 of the game, a prolific shooter, finally gets on the board.
Exactly. I love to see him shoot.
Commotion down the sideline as Shackelford tips the ball out of bounds as both he and Grimes fall to the floor.
I love seeing Robbie shoot. You know, some people would say, what is that shot for him? Well, trust me, it goes in. Goes in often.
Hey, it doesn't matter how it looks, it's how it ends up, right?
Exactly. He's awesome.
Ball handed off out to Bowman. He's double teamed, finally breaks out of it, gets it off. This time to Spexarth. Back to Bowman. Bowman left alone. Around the perimeter, decides to give it up. Swung around the perimeter, out on the right side. Now back to the top of the key. There's Harp, gives it back off.
Hey.
Double hesitation, can't get it to go. Follow-up, no. 3rd chance,
Wow.
and a foul is going to be called. That looked like a lot of ball on that one. Not entirely sure. Either way, it'll be Podek going to the line for 2.
Offensive rebounds.
Yeah, Price, at that point, even if the foul call might have been a tiny bit suspect, I don't really think it matters. They gave him 3 chances at it.
Yeah.
At some point, they got to give him something.
Exactly.
First free throw rims out. Just halfway through this 3rd quarter, Spartans lead 32-27 after a big run to start the half. Podek, 2nd free throw on the way, bounces off the back iron. Podek gets his own rebound, odd bounce off the back iron. Ball into the low post. Kaiser gets it back out to Spexarth. Spexarth out of control, goes into Shackelford.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is 3 charges for James Shackelford. Come on now.
Big momentum play for the Spartans. Shackelford and Weta have done it all night, steps in for charges. And another turnover. Grace gets it into Ahmad, and the Spartans looking to expand their lead, up 5. Cross-court pass almost looked like a shot to Drumright. Gets it into Shackelford, high post, gets it back out to Batiste. Batiste, floater, mid-range, gets it to go.
Bang.
Sweet shot by A.J. Batiste. Ball down the court, Spexarth able to control it, comes down inside 2 Spartans, open 3.
That's a big shot.
And Bowman hits
That
the
is
3.
a big shot.
Good court vision that time by Spexarth, finds Bowman in the left corner, and Andale cuts this lead now back down to 4, 34-30. 3.5 minutes left in the quarter. Shackelford passes left corner to Batiste. Batiste surveying, gives it back to Ahmad. Swung around the perimeter to Drumright, right corner. Drumright elevates, gives it back off to Ahmad. Ahmad Shackelford takes the 3 off the back iron. Batiste tried to come down with the rebound, fought for, and out of bounds off an Andale defender. Spartan basketball under the basket. Yeah, Batiste, we talked about his athleticism. Oftentimes he's able to sky down a rebound while contested by 2 or 3 Indians. It's really impressive stuff by him.
That's awesome.
Drumright looking to get it in, finds Batiste, top of the key. Tried to get the pass to Drumright, deflected by Bowman.
That's always a look the Spartans go for on their inbounds. They try to get that screen sealed off and get that 3-pointer. Right there, the Indians, they were smart enough to trap that off. Great defense.
Be a side out for Collegiate now. Ahmad trying to find Grace. He will, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on 22, Sam Hart.
I'm expecting some screens right here.
Spartans spread out. And there's a little bit of screen action. Grace gets the ball this time without contest. Ahmad dribbles behind his back, goes up. Wild shot on the lane, gets it to go. Great strength and effort by Asa Ahmad, puts it in. Spexarth picks up his dribble, gives it back off to Poduk. Harp gives it off right side.
That sneaky back cut, it could get you. It could get you.
Asa Ahmad controlling the lane. Gives it off. Carter drum right. Top of the key to Grace. Swings it around the perimeter.
Good ping, ping, ping.
AJ Batiste. Drum right, top of the key. Right back to Batiste. Batiste surveying. Looking in with Fiegel, trying to get instruction. Instead, just decides to cut drive himself. And gets the blocking foul as he goes up, so he'll go to the line for another 2 free throws. Foul called this time on Bo Kaiser.
Man, AJ really does have that ability. Just one dribble, 2 steps, and he's already at the basket from the 3-point line. It's awesome.
Batiste now goes to the line. It's been a bit of a checkered attempt from him from there tonight, looking to get 2. Gets the first one to go. Raspberry back into the game as Drumright will sub out. Batiste's second free throw, gets it to go. 2 big free throws by AJ Batiste. Lead now up to 6 for the Spartans, 38-32, 2 minutes left in the quarter. Jack Grace tries to intercept the pass, and it's ruled out of bounds. I'm not sure if a foul was called there. I don't think it was.
That was a great rotation by Jack Grace. He just ran all the way half across the court just to block that out.
Yeah, Grace read the pass all the way. Couldn't quite come down with it. Able to break it up and deflect it out of bounds, though. Harp at the top of the key gives it off to Ballman. Top of the key now. Spexar thought about the 3, decided otherwise. Ball swung out to the left corner. Pass into Kaiser on the right elbow. Pass to Spexar, 3, no good. Good contest by James Shackelford that time. Asa Ahmad trying to get the offense back, set up. Batiste cuts in himself, gives it off to Shackelford, 3, left corner, no good. And a foul called on the rebound attempt. This one might be going against Jack Grace. Instead, it'll be Robbie Raspberry whistled that time for the foul. Collegiate, one of the first times we've seen them be able to employ their press a little bit in this game. Seems like it's been a lot more. And the ball is going to be turned over the head of Poduk. And that collegiate press that, like I said, hadn't seen a whole lot so far.
Exactly,
that this half pays dividends.
That trap right at the half court always gets players riled up, and they don't know what to do with the ball. So they usually pass it out of bounds, and that's a good thing for the Spartans.
Grace gives it off to Raspberry, now swung around to Batiste in the right corner. Shackelford, right elbow, gets it in the post to Grace. He shed his defender and got the layup to go just over the rim. Great look for Jack Grace, good assist. Shackelford almost comes away with the ball instead. Andale. Bowman has been one of the standout players tonight for Andale, and he does it again. Under a minute now left in the quarter, 40-34, the Spartans lead. Shackelford taking a little bit of air out of the ball, probably looking for the last shot of the quarter. Probably a good idea considering the lead that the Spartans have started to build in this quarter.
Definitely.
The away crowd starting to get into it as the Let's Go Spartan chant begins. Andale perfectly content to wait for Shackelford's next move. 15 seconds left on the clock. Shackelford just standing at the top of the court.
It's like a game of chess. What will he do?
7 seconds left. Shackelford's got to start to go. Gets it off to Grace. Now kicked around to Batiste. Batiste from the free throw line. In and out. No good. And that'll bring an end to the quarter. The score 40-34, the Spartans lead. So although the pace has slowed down a little bit in this game, the intensity certainly hasn't, Price.
Hasn't, not at all. Both ends, they're just firing. You know, the offensive rebounds from the Andale Indians have been one of the most impressive things I've watched recently. It's pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know how many they have, but it's just rebound after rebound after rebound. It's hurting the Spartans, even though they're up.
And although the Spartans might have what looks like a comfortable lead at 40 to 34, we've seen this game take a couple of different turns coming out of different timeouts and different period ends.
100%.
So the Spartans certainly have to be careful to keep Andale at bay and keep this game secure.
100%. 8 minutes is a lot of time.
And really, it's been a balanced attack on all sides for both teams. Shackelford has stood out this last quarter for the Spartans. Really good distribution of the ball. Batiste has been a lot smarter, it seems like, with the ball as well. Good drives, a couple of good passes out to the perimeter.
They're facilitating really good offense. If I took a video of how they were the first game of the season and now, they've come a long way even just in the couple game span. I mean, they're really composed and they know what to do. They know their assignment.
Yeah, it speaks volumes as well to the ability of Coach Fiegel. Always has his teams coached up right.
100%.
Even if the beginning of the season isn't necessarily what the team is wanting, he's always able to get them in shape come these big games like this in season for the Spartans, and already looking like they're in mid-season form.
Yeah.
Ball in for Andale. Ballman tries to back down Batiste. Help comes.
Oi.
And ball out of bounds off the leg of Butts and out of bounds is the call. Spartans maintain possession now. Great stop there by the Spartans. Ahmad was able to block the ball off of Butts' leg. And the Andale crowd not in favor of that one all too much. Either way, the Spartans have possession down the other end. Raspberry, top of the key, gives it off to Drumright. And a travel is going to be called as Drumright didn't start his dribble soon enough.
You hate those calls against you, but you appreciate the officiating. Nice one, ref.
So turnover for each side to start the quarter as Andale has the ball back, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Drumright.
Don't know if I love that. I take back my words.
Surprised we went from a good call to maybe not so great of a call.
Yeah.
A little bit ticky-tacky there on Drumright either way. He'll pick up the foul, and he'll have a side out now. Spexarth will look to inbound it. Raspberry checks out of the game to an ovation from the Collegiate faithful. Ball to Harp at the top of the key. Spexarth now to Harp. Harp top of the key. Drumright on him. Drumright tries to tie him up. Couldn't quite get to him. Spexarth low blocks him, sends it back out of bounds. Andale will have it under the basket. Pretty sure both crowds not entirely happy with the officiating right now for
Get a little chippy.
differing reasons. This game's starting to get intense. Both crowds can feel the game winding down. Only 6 points between these two teams as the Spartans lead. Ballman takes it on the left side, swings it around to the corner. Back to Ballman, swung around. Spexarth, back to Harp, defended by Drumright. Back out to Ferry now. Ferry on the left side. Kicks back to Ballman. Thought about the long three, didn't take it though. Bit of a mismatch with Chege. Ball swung out to Harp on Drumright. Dribbles in, passes back out. Good defense so far by the Spartans, not letting Andale get anything in. Butts on the low block, passes back out. Three, Ballman, no good. Rebound fought for. Drumright comes away with it. 2-on-2 opportunity for the Spartans. Drumright down the court. Euro step off the glass. No good. No foul called either. And the ball goes back the other way. 3-on-3 now for Andale if they wish. And they do.
Can't lie, that hurts.
Andale now with the chance to cut this to one possession. Strong move around the basket and gets the free throw to go. So now it's a 3-point game. The collegiate lead cut in half, 40-37, 6.5 minutes left in the game.
We got a game.
Maud takes the ball up for the Spartans. Haven't been able to get a whole lot going this quarter on offense. Weta down the left sideline, pulls it back out, dribbles against Spexarth, kicks it to Grace, dribbles the baseline, goes up with it, misses short off the rim, and rebound secured by Butts. Spexarth now kicks it back out to Ferry.
Whoa.
I believe he has been stricken with 4 fouls. That is Brett Weta. Certainly not what the Spartans want to see at this point. Brett Weta is a catalyst on defense.
100%. This free throw could cut it down to 1. And it does.
And indeed it will. Spartan lead now down to just one as the Andale crowd starting to feel it. 40-39 the score. Spartans holding on to a razor-thin lead. Ahmad sizing up Ferry. Now Grace on Poduk. Gets it back to Ahmad. Dump in pass to Chege on the block. Chege, a bit of a circus shot, can't quite get it to go. And Poduk secures the rebound. 5.5 minutes left in this game. Andale now with the chance to take the lead down the other side of the court. Ferry controlling the point. Ferry on Ahmad. Ahmad tries to swipe it away, can't do it. Andale moving it around the perimeter. Spexarth cuts into the lane, picks up his dribble, double team, tries to work out of it, finds Ballman.
Wow.
And lays it up off the glass. And Andale now with the lead. Batiste uncontrolled into the lane.
Wow.
And count the basket and one. AJ Batiste, man, Price, I got a little bit scared there. That call could have gone either way.
This place would have erupted, oh my goodness.
And count the basket for AJ Batiste. As the defender was not set, AJ Batiste puts the Spartans back up by one and will have a chance to finish off the three-point play at the line. An absolutely huge play as James Shackelford goats on the Andale crowd just a little bit, who are
I don't know if you guys can
bringing
hear
the booze
it,
in full force.
Yeah, they are not happy about this last call.
Fiegel will decide to go small with his lineup, bringing Chege out of the game.
Ooh.
Batiste now the tallest player on the court for the Spartans. Batiste one and only free throw up and rims out. Grace fighting for the rebound. Batiste gets on the floor for it, and it was deflected out of bounds. Batiste couldn't quite come down with it, and Andale now will have the ball back down one.
I think everybody just needs to calm down. There's 5 minutes left in the game. Anything could happen. They're acting like there's 30 seconds left.
A little bit of commotion down there on the Andale bench. An assistant coach nearly getting into it with the refs as Andale tries to get the ball in play. Nearly 5 seconds. Fiegel pleading for it. Not going to get it. Back down the court. High layup off the glass is good for Bo Kaiser. And this game has started to turn into a pendulum. Back and forth it goes.
Oh, that hurts.
Pass stolen away. Batiste gives it up down the court. Poduk misses the layup. Rebound secured by Spexarth. Goes up for it. Shackelford blocks it.
Nice.
And a jump ball is going to be called. Shackelford, great contest of Spexarth. Stops what would have easily been a layup. Possession arrow favors the Indians, however, and they'll keep it on this end. Up one. 4.5 minutes left to go. 43-42.
There's a lot of commotion, but James said, no, calm down. So, you know, God, nonchalant little jump ball. We'll take it.
Ball swung around the perimeter. It's Ballman. Gives it back off to Harp. Swings it around to Poduk. Back in the right corner, it's Ballman. Top of the key, Spexarth gives it back to Harp. Harp knifes into the defense, fakes out defender, gives it back up. Travel, not quite. Three taken and made. Huge three made by Harrison Poduk. And Andale now out in front by 4, 46-42.
He can shoot the lights out.
Andale gets a timeout. Andale gets a three when they need it most. And Coach Fiegel calls a timeout for the Spartans, trying to compose his team, who has let the lead slowly slip away, finding themselves down 46-42, just under 4 minutes left in this one.
You guys, I'm sorry if I turned into a fan. I mean, this game is just too crazy. It's too much for me to handle.
Yeah, Price, this game has gotten frantic all of a sudden, back and forth.
Gracious. And I love seeing, I mean, it's gone both ways. You know, there's just been sparks on both ends, but they've always come back to like a calm, and then, I don't know, you know, they're both figuring out what to do, even when they're down and even when they're up. They're battling.
Spartans trying to grind out a win here in Andale. Down two of their best players, Sebastian Hines-Turner and Jaden Parker. Spartans have played well all night, looking like a team that hasn't missed a beat, really. Now, though, they find themselves down by 4, 46-42, just under 4 minutes left in the game. Seeing if they can get themselves back into this one. They let a 6-point lead slip away after the end of the third quarter. Now have to fight their way back into it. Shackelford on the right elbow, hands it back off to Drumright. Drumright back to Batiste. Top of the key, surveying the defense. Batiste decides to cut in all the way to the basket, misses the layup.
Nice, James.
Pass deflected by Shackelford out to Raspberry. Ahmad, no look pass to Drumright for three. Missed it by quite a bit to the right. Good save by Robbie Raspberry. Gets it back out to Batiste. The Spartans will have 3 minutes now left in the game. Shackelford trying to back down Spexar. Fakes him out for three. No good. James Shackelford missed the wide open three on that one. He crossed up Spexarth, was unable though. Andale back down the court on their possession. This is a big possession defensively for the Spartans. They need a stop. Ball out to Bowman.
Wow.
Into Spexarth, nearly out of bounds.
Risky
Double
pass.
teamed instead.
No.
Commotion down near the basket, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Carter Drumright as Spexarth was trying to break out of the double team, and Drumright impeded his progress. That's the 4th team foul on Collegiate. The next one will send Andale to the line for free throws.
It will.
For now, though, it's going to be an out-of-bounds play for Andale under their basket. It'll be Bowman looking to inbound it. He finds Harp on the left side. Back to Bowman. Defended by Ahmad. Back to Harp, top of the key. Gets it back off to Broughton. Bowman dribbles in, and an illegal screen is called on Andale. Bo Kaiser stepped into Asa Ahmad, and the illegal screen is called. That's a big stop for the Spartans. They've got to go back down inside the other court now and get some momentum in their favor this game. Time starting to dwindle. 2.5 minutes left. 2-possession game. Ahmad hands it off right corner to Batiste. Batiste decides to pull the three. Gets it to go.
Bang.
AJ Batiste for three.
Thank you. Thank you.
Broughton down the court. Gives it off to Kaiser. Swung out. Bowman. Gives it off in the post. Wild shot put up. Follow-up attempt is good by Kaiser.
That's impressive.
Kaiser had the rebound, bounce right off and come back, and he was able to put it up with composure. 3-point game, 48-45. Batiste dribbles against the defense, gets it into Chege on the low block, puts it up, and gets it to go. David Chege cuts it back down to a 1-point game. Just under 2 minutes left, 48-47. Broughton, cross court to Bowman. Bowman spins, passes it back out.
Wow.
Harp, three taken by Broughton, gets it to go.
Both these teams are playing at a high level, ladies and gentlemen.
Michael Broughton gets a big three to go. The advantage back up to 4 for the Indians. 51-47, 1:15 left. Quick pass into Jack Grace, swatted away, rebounded by Chege, and a foul is called. David Chege and a little bit of extracurriculars after the play as Spexarth and Chege get a little bit tied up. Looks like they just tripped over each other, nothing too much there. Chege will go to the line for 2 big free throws for the Spartans.
Very big.
Spartans had a great in look to Jack Grace over there. It got swatted away, though, unable to put it up quick enough. Chege got the rebound, got fouled. He's going to the line for 2. 1:11 left in the game. Chege's first free throw up and rims out. Got to think that the Spartans need this one to keep it a 1-possession game.
100%.
If David Chege can make this one, it'll be a 3-point game.
We need these right here.
Shackelford in at the scorer's table, ready to check in. Chege's second free throw misses short and rebounded by Andale. Collegiate's going to have to start pressing to try to get some kind of takeaway. Just a minute left in this game. Weta snuck in behind, couldn't quite get the ball taken away. 3 taken in the corner. Broughton gets it to go, and that might be a dagger.
That hurts.
Batiste down the other side of the court. The Spartans have to hurry at this point. Grace in the corner for 3. Bounces high, can't get it to go. Collision of bodies around the rebound, can't get it to go, and Andale secures the rebound. It's Spexarth, as Andale just about has this one sealed up, leading by 7. And a timeout's going to be called by Jeff Buchanan as the Andale crowd is on their feet saluting the Indians. Looks like Andale might be coming away with this one off of 2 clutch threes by Michael Broughton, a guy whose name we haven't really called all night. Came into the game with about 2 minutes left and drained a couple of huge threes.
These last 3 minutes, I mean, they haven't been afraid to shoot. The Indians just They shoot them, and they go in. I mean, it's just been incredible on their part.
Slim chance left for the Spartans, but they're going to have to get a couple of takeaways and get a couple of lucky looks and a couple of gifts from the Andale Indians at this point, trailing by 3 possessions, 54-47, with just 36.9 seconds left. Price, when AJ hit that big 3 down the other end of the court, cut the lead to 1 point. I thought this game was going to swing back in the Spartans' way. Yeah. And credit to Michael Broughton. He drained 2 absolute daggers.
Oh, my goodness. Great shots. Credit to him. Especially the composure it takes just to shoot those. You got all the home court rooting for you, but I mean, that's a lot of pressure. They're in a stack formation.
Andale looking to inbound the ball. Spexarth looking for
over.
someone. Ball's on the floor. Batiste comes away with it. Out to Weta. 2-on-2 transition look for the Spartans. Whistle blows the play dead.
Are you serious?
And the Spartan transition look got stopped. I'm not sure for what.
That's frustrating. They blew the whistle. They thought something was wrong, but that's disappointing. Spartans had a fast break, but it was stopped short by a whistle for who knows why.
I think the official on the far sidelines thought that Coach Fiegel had called a timeout when he hadn't. Either way, I mean, he's far away from that play, so the Spartan transition look gets stopped. Batiste, give and go 3 off the back iron, and the rebound secured by Andale. Just 25 seconds left. If Andale can break half court, they're not going to be given the chance as Jack Grace is going to foul Spexarth. So Spexarth now will go to the line, I believe.
Man, I was not expecting this burst.
Apologies, it's Podek going to the line to shoot 2. Him and Spexarth were right near the ball as Grace fouled him. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws, shooting the bonus. First free throw goes in. And Spartans had a couple of chances on that turnover there. Had a good look for 3 from A.J. Batiste. Couldn't quite get it to go. Second free throw on the 9 points for Andale, 56-47. Spartans going to try for one last gasp here, quickly moving Ahmad up the court. Nearly passes it to an Andale defender. Shackelford from college range misses it. And the rebound goes out to Andale, and a foul on Brett Weta. I think that's the end of his night. That'll be his 5th foul.
5 with 5.
And that's about going to do it for the Spartans. As with just 12.6 seconds left in this game, Andale leads it by 9. Certainly not quite the way we saw this one going. It was back and forth. The Spartans had led by 6 coming into this 4th quarter. Gave up those points, got back into the game, though. We're down by 1 at a couple of points. And then just a flurry of shooting from the Andale Indians got them into this game. Got them into the lead that they're at right now. Spartans missed a couple of looks. As that first free throw is good.
It just happened so fast. Now we got to wait with a agonizing clock. Just tick-tock, tick-tock.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised that Weta decided to foul there on the layup. Seemed like the game was pretty much put out of hand there. I mean, I understand they're trying to get back into this game.
That's one thing Fiegel coaches play to the whistle.
Final rebound secured by
and that's the game.
Austin Bowman. As this game will wrap up, as the Spartans give a valiant effort on the road at Andale. At times it looked like they had this game in their hands. But in the end, the Andale Indians come out ahead, 58.
I'm mistaken, and I'll be excited to look forward to that. But yeah, great basketball. Both teams should keep their heads up. And, you know, that's just the way it goes. It's all good.
Yeah, Price, we will get them back at home, and by that point, I think we'll be just a little bit healthier. So that should be a very, very fun game.
We're ready for them.
Either way, like you said, both these teams bring out the best in each other. We certainly saw it tonight. It was an absolutely entertaining game, despite the disappointment on the Spartan side not being able to come away with this victory. That'll end our coverage tonight. Oh, first, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Player of the game. You got player of the game.
Okay, we got player of the game. You know, what's his name on Andale's side? Who hit the 2 big threes? Those
That was
threes-
Michael Broughton, number
Michael
21.
Broughton. I'm going to give it to him. I mean, those 2 big threes, they were just so quick and just, they hurt. And you want those on your team. You want that guy that could just, take the ball and say, hey, I'm going to score this thing. And he did exactly that, and that's what won them the game. That momentum shift, those points to put them up, those were huge. I'm going to give the player of the game to them.
Yeah, Price, I've got to agree. I mean, it was a really good performance from him. He put the game away when he needed to. Simple as that. Came up in a clutch moment, hit some clutch threes, and that pretty much put the Spartans away.
Yeah, for sure.
So as we said, an absolutely entertaining game. Had a lot of fun covering it, I know that. Certainly disappointing the Spartans couldn't come away with this one. Final score 58-47 in favor of the Indians. Next game is at Rose Hill on Friday. Not entirely sure who will cover that game or if we will travel to cover that game.
Yes.
But stay tuned, and if we do, we hope you'll be with us next time. Until then, for Price Johnson, I'm Connor Schubach. Good night.